Good morning. It's story time with Mrs. D, and I'm so thankful that you're here. I think you know what letter we're doing. We're doing the letter U, of course with umbrella. Today it's a super easy letter. It's just 2 fingers up with my thumb holding the other 2 down, like that. And we're also going to do V today because, remember we did V already in Valentine's Day, so you just do the same thing and your fingers come apart. So let's review. Let's go all the way back to Q. So Q, I'm pinching something off the ground. R, twisting up. S, my thumb is getting ready. T, my thumb goes under my first finger. Today's letter U, 2 fingers up. And then V, they split apart. Good job. Our verse for today, for letter U, is, unless one is born again, he cannot see the kingdom of God. And that is from John 3:3b. That is a really great verse. I was listening to Alistair Begg yesterday, and he was talking about that verse, that we have to be born again if we want to be in God's kingdom. And we'll talk more about that. Another verse that we had from last week, which also has a U word in it. Do you remember our trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding? In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your paths straight, from Proverbs 3:5 and 6. And we have that word understanding. So if I don't understand something, where should I go for that knowledge? And yes, I would go to my parents, but I also need to go to God. Even Jesus went to his Father, and we'll talk more about that as well. Let's go over and see what I have today that starts with the letter U. Maybe you have some things at your house. I have a ukulele. I have unsalted butter, and we're going to talk about that prefix un. Hiding behind this, I have some uniforms. Can you tell me what do you do if you're wearing this uniform? Right, you can tell right away that's a soccer uniform. Sometimes people, for their uniform, they wear a hat. What's their job if they wear a hat like this? Right, a fireman. And here's 2 hats for restaurant uniforms. We have Krispy Kreme and Chick-fil-A, 2 of my favorite places. And one more. We don't really have these here, but in England they do. If you wear a crown, what might that mean your job is? Right, you could be a king or queen. And of course, the United States of America. And here we are down in Texas, and if I travel northwest up, I hit Utah. So the state of Utah starts with U, and all of our states together are the United States of America. When I opened, you saw my beautiful umbrella. I found out who actually made the umbrella. It says, the umbrella did not change the world, yet it represents everyday inventions we take for granted, but ones that do come in handy. Beulah Louise Henry held 49 patents, meaning she invented and got the rights to those, but she invented more than 100 items, mainly for women and children. As an umbrella inventor, she uniquely added snap-on covers of different colors so women could match their parasols with their clothing. And then there's a rhyme that goes with our letter U. What does a beautiful umbrella do? It brings us to the letter U, then shades the sun and keeps the rain from soaking through. I wonder, in your house, do you have an umbrella? I wonder what color your umbrella is. Maybe your mom or dad could send me a picture later and show me. A few other things that start with U. We have unicorn. I couldn't find one of those. I wonder why. Sometimes U is best friends with a Q, and they walk together a lot, so like in quail. And sometimes U likes to be snuggled in the middle, like in mug or gum. Bet you could find some other things in your house that start with U. Let's start with our letter U book. Now today is a little girl in the story, so Remember, you're going to use she did. Little U had a box. I will find things that begin with my U sound, she said. I will put them into my sound box. First, I will find an umbrella. I will run, run, run to find an umbrella. And see, we see that U snuggled in the middle. Why did little U get under the box? Why was the box upside down? She's having rain just like we did at our house last night. Little U found an umbrella. She found lots of umbrellas. She put one umbrella over her head. Did she put the other umbrellas into her box? She did. Just then the sun came out. Little U put the umbrella down. But then the rain came down again. Little U put the umbrella up. Then she saw some underclothes. They were getting wet. She took the underclothes off the line. Did she put them into her box? She did. Little U took the underclothes upstairs. She put the underclothes away. Now, she said, I can play under my umbrella. She went out in the rain. I can run through a puddle, she said. What fun! Then little U found an ugly duckling. The ugly duckling was grumpy. Now we see some U's in these words. She put the ugly duckling into her box. Do not be grumpy, she said. You will grow up to be pretty. Just then she saw her uncle. He was getting wet, so little U gave her uncle an umbrella. Next, she saw an umpire. Can you help us, he asked. I wonder what help he needed. We are playing a game in the rain. We need umbrellas. Little U said, I have a box full of umbrellas. She gave the umpire an umbrella. Then she gave everyone an umbrella. Do you think they'd really play a game with umbrellas? What fun they had in the rain. Okay, help me read these words. We have usher, umbrella bird, umbrella tea, undershirt. And it says little U has another sound. In some words, she says her name U, like ukulele, unicorn, uniform. Good job. My next book, well, you know that I love dogs, but I think this is such a fun story. It's called Listen Up, Pup. And we see U and U. Toby was a happy dog. His people were well trained. They took him for walks, tickled his belly, and let him lie on the couch, and every now and then gave him a sausage. Yes, life was good. Until Snoop came along. Snoop was a cute and fluffy puppy. Toby didn't like him. Snoop ran up to Toby, wagging his tail. Toby barked at Snoop, and his people sent Toby to his bed. What do they want another dog for? Toby grumbled to himself. What's the matter with me? Toby had a long think about it. Then he sneaked out of his bed and over to the puppy. But this time he didn't bark at Snoop. He licked him right on the nose. Good boy, cried his people, and they gave him a sausage. Thought Toby, interesting. Listen up, pup, said Toby the next day. If you're staying, there are a few things you need to learn. Lesson 1, this is my bed. Stay out of it. Lesson 2, this is my food bowl. Stay out of that too. Lesson 3, always make a fuss about your people when they come home. You could get a sausage, but try not to pee on the floor. Lesson 4, always let them know when it's time for a walk. They sometimes forget. Lesson 5, as soon as they take you off your leash, run to the pond. Can I jump in? Asked Snoop. No, but it's fun to scare the ducks, said Toby. Lesson 6. You can roll around and poop if you want to. It makes you smell nice. But not everyone thinks so. Well done, Pup, said Toby. That's all for now. What about chasing? Asked Snoop. Chasing? Said Toby. Well, all right, you can go first if you like. And the two dogs chased each other until they were tired and happy and dizzy. Toby flopped wearily into his bed. Snoop forgot all about Lesson 1 and climbed in too. But before Toby even had a chance to complain, his people scratched his ears and smiled. All right, Pup, Toby whispered, you can stay. And they both fell fast asleep. So, what a fun story about an older dog getting to know a younger dog and saying it's not too bad. Sometimes that happens in our houses too. Before we read our next story, I want to try something. So maybe around your house, quick find something that's kind of long, maybe a ruler, or a paintbrush, or a pencil, but something that has some length to it. I guess for now I'm going to use this ruler. And we're going to do things with the letter U. So hold whatever it is you have up. So we hold it up. Or put it under. I can put it under my legs. So it goes under. Or maybe even under my chair, if you're in a chair. And then I can hold it upside down. So now the writing is going down. And now I want you to try something. Put your other hand out. And if I have it even, I can balance it. Let's try it with just 2 fingers. If it's even, it will balance. But what happens if it's uneven? What do you think is going to happen when I let go? You're right. Oh, it fell to the ground. So when we want to balance things, they have to be even, not uneven. The prefix "un" is kind of interesting. It changes a lot of words. So think about the word happy. And I put U in front, and now it's unhappy. So can I make a happy face? And now make an unhappy face. Good. We talked about uneven. That happens sometimes. What if Joey, who's doing the camera, what if I had cookies and I said, Joey, you can have 2 cookies and I'll have 2 cookies. They would be even. It'd be the same. But what if I said, Joey, I'm going to have 3 cookies, but you're going to have 1 cookie? It would be uneven, and he would be unhappy. How about when you want to go outside? You have to tie your shoes. But then when you come back in, you're supposed to untie your shoes, not just kick them off. I'm thinking about Mother's Day coming up. So with Mother's Day coming up, you're going to maybe wrap a present. But then after you give the present to your mom, she's going to unwrap the present. So maybe you can see today some places where you can add on an "un," or maybe you'll actually see it. Okay, our next story is a fun one to read. 10 apples up on top. And of course, this is a classic. 1 apple up on top. 2 apples up on top. Look you, I can do it too. Look, see, I can do 3. 3, 3, I see, I see. You can do 3, but I can do more. You have 3, but I have 4. If you want to read with me, you can, guys. Look, see now, I can hop with 4 apples up on top. And I can hop up on a tree with 4 apples up on me. Look here, you two. See here, you two. I can get 5 on top. Can you? I am so good, I will not stop. 5, now 6, now 7 on top. 7 apples up on top. I am so good, they will not drop. 5, 6, 7. Fun, fun, fun. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But see, we are as good as you. Look, now we have 7 too. And now see here, 8. 8 on top. 8 apples up. Not one will drop. 8, 8. And we can skate. Look now, we can skate with 8. But I can do 9 and hop and drink. You cannot do this, I think. We can do it too. See here, we are as good as you. We all are very good. I think with 9 we all can hop and drink. 9 is very good, but then, come on, and we will make it 10. Look, 10 apples up on top. We are not going to let them drop. Look out, I see a mop. I will make the apples fall. Get out, you, one and all. Come on, come down this hall. We must not let our apples fall. Out of our way, we cannot stop. We cannot let our apples drop. This is not good. What will we do? They want to get our apples too. They will get them if we let them come. We cannot let them get them. Look out, the mop. Oh no, what's going to happen? You cannot stop our apple fun. Our apples will not drop, not one. They must have known it was umbrella day. Come on, come all. We have to make the apples fall. They must not get our apples down. Come on, get out of town. Apples, up on top. All of this must stop. Now all of our fun is going to stop. Our apples all are going to drop. Look, 10 apples on us all. What fun. We will not let them fall. And as you can see, somebody added some artwork to my book. So, last week we had the letter T. And you were looking for things and you had to make tally marks. I wonder how many things you found with T. Today, letter U is going to be kind of hard. But again, maybe you could do some tally marks. Mother's Day is coming up, and so maybe you can make some cards and things, or maybe you could make a snack for Mom that looks like an umbrella. I wonder how you could do that. I saw where they took like an apple as the umbrella part at the top, and then they made rain coming down with like blueberries and raisins, or maybe you can think of something. So that'll be interesting to see what you do for your moms for Mother's Day. The last book I want to read to you is called The Lee Family by my daughter, Anna. She wrote this story, and she dedicated it to my mom, Grandmother Schott, because my mom used to read books to the kids and also helped her create her first book. And I chose this book because the boy's name is Common, but he decides to be uncommon. So let's read about uncommon today. So we'll start over here. There once was a boy named Common Lee. Today, he decided to do uncommon things. At school, the teacher said, "Your writing style is so uncommon to Common Lee," for he was practicing cursive with his feet. I wonder if you could write with your feet. Common Lee went home in tears. His mother, Mother Lee, gave him a motherly hug. "This is uncommon behavior for you. Come on, Common, tell me, what's wrong?" As Common Lee explained what had happened, Mother Lee handed Common Lee a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. "Thank you for commonly making my Common Lee sandwich, Mother Lee. But today I want a peanut butter and fish sandwich." Ugh. During Common Lee and Mother Lee's conversation, they failed to notice that Common Lee's older brother, quietly, had arrived home from school and was standing right next to them quite quietly. "Goodness gracious, how did you learn to be so quiet?" Mother Lee said. "I don't know. I was just born this way, I guess," he quietly responded. As soon as the clock struck 4:30, Lee promptly fed the family cat, who curiously played with his food. While Curious Lee was eating, Prompt Lee handed her report card to Mother Lee, who then promptly hung Prompt Lee's report card on the fridge with her motherly touch. "I'm so proud of you for completing all of your work promptly." As Mother Lee was smothering all her children with motherly love, they failed to notice that the family cat, Curious Lee, wandered out the door towards the four-way intersection in front of their house. However, Carefully had been waiting outside the house for days, just in case a problem like this were to arise. Full of care, she carefully lifted, curiously, back inside the house to safety. "Thank you so much for waiting outside carefully," exclaimed Carefully's twin brother, thankfully. "I'm so thankful that Curiously is safe." While it was great that Careful was there to save Curious, it is not very practical to wait outside every day for such an occasion to occur, their eldest brother practically stated. I mean, think about it. She practically wasted her whole week. The Lee family waited for the final member of their family to finally arrive home from work so they could all eat dinner together. When their father finally arrived, they all sat down at the dinner table together. During meals, the Lee family traditionally took turns in conversation, and every Lee was encouraged to say something. Commonly shared facts about common things. Yesterday, he said that salt and pepper are the two most commonly used seasonings. Today, however, he decided to say a rather uncommon thing. Time flies like an arrow, fruit flies like a banana. Think about that. Mother Lee gave some motherly advice on washing dark and light clothes separately. Quietly said something that nobody could hear. "I found proof of a fourth dimension." Promptly took out a stack of papers with different prompts for conversation. She chose the first prompt and promptly talked about her personal goals over the next 5 years. Carefully chose her words as she told her family the proper procedures for opening and closing the door. Every evening, Thankfully went over a long list of things that he was thankful for. Thankfully was very tired today, so his list was cut short to only 8 things. I, thankfully, am thankful for Motherly, commonly, quietly, promptly, carefully, curiously, practically, and finally. Practically every evening, Practically provided the family with a practical piece of information. Adverbs are words used to modify a verb, an adjective, or another adverb, and are often used to show a degree, manner, place, or time. And finally said, the end. So I think that's a fun book, even if I am her mother. So I hope you guys have a fun day today. I hope you can find some things that maybe start with you, and maybe you can do something unusual. Try to write with your feet, or maybe, if you have one, play a ukulele, or maybe play another instrument in an unusual way. I miss you, and I can't wait to see you next week. Let's close in prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, I thank you for how you've made us unique, but in the image of your Son, and help us to love you like your Son loved you and to obey you, so that we know that we are your children. And bless over all of us, keep us safe, and help us to be kind to our mothers every day, not just this weekend. Amen. Bye.